Hey, so this is my euphonium lesson for methods class. This is Emily Justice. She's a trombone music education major, and she also doubles in performance. I'm going to give her her first ever baritone lesson / euphonium because, yeah. Okay, so Emily, I know you're a trombonist, so this is going to feel kind of redundant, but I've got to teach you how to breathe.
Okay.
So first, when we take breaths with the breath instrument, as you know, we have to take deep, full breaths so that we can get a full sound, okay? So, you know how you have those pinwheels? Basically, I'm going to do that and have, air direction going. So let's take a couple deep breaths to make sure we feel the diaphragm, going out, in, all that stuff. So breathe with me, in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Okay.
You feel your, diaphragm going?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we play notes through the mouthpiece, we want to think about how our air is going through the instrument. So let's take the mouthpiece out. We're going to do a little bit of buzzing before we get into the instrument. So can you just blow into the mouthpiece as you usually would and get a little buzz out? Awesome. So with that same type of buzzing motion with your lips, it's the same thing that we're going to put through the instrument, as you know, because you're trombonist. But if I were to explain to you as if you didn't know how to do that, I'd first explain how just blowing through it and how the air changes as you're going through, and then tell you to move your lips a little bit and then have it go through. But I don't have to go there, but I'm just explaining it so that I get full credit on this video. Thank you, John. So next, we're going to try to play a nice F, because B flat, believe it or not, is not the easiest note.
Yeah.
So, can you play me an F? And if you don't get an F right out of the way, which I know you will, I'll explain how to get an F out. That was a beautiful F. Okay, so if you didn't get that F, and if let's say you got a too high of a note, because that's common in methods class, something I've noticed a lot, their first notes, either A, they don't get anything out at all, and it sounds like a bunch of air just going through an instrument with their basses turning red, or they play a really high note, usually I've heard a lot of D's. So with that the size of a mouthpiece, the mouth is a little bit more loose to get lower notes out. And a natural reaction for a lot of people is to tighten up and have a higher pitch because they're straining themselves. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got you playing F. Let's think. What else should I do? I can explain the B flat scale to you. So as a trombonist, you know how your B flat scale is first, sixth, fourth, 3, then that's E flat. Yeah, first. Okay, yeah, you get the deal.
Yeah.
It's the same type of deal with the fingerings. First is nothing, 6 is 1 and 3. So I'm going to get you through the B flat scale.
Okay.
So we begin with an open low B flat. Can you play me a B flat? Beautiful B flat. Some people would have troubles getting that out because it's kind of a lower note and it's a little bit more difficult to hit out. But you play trombone, B flat is natural. So, okay, so with the B flat scale, we first start off, I'm going to go note by note. So can we go B flat? Now we're going to play a C, 1 and 3. And now let's go back to B flat. Awesome, you played B flat and C. I'm about to teach you your third note, which is a D, which is 1 and 2. Okay, can we connect that to B flat, C, D? Beautiful. Okay, so what we're doing is called additive practice. Additive practice is an amazing thing when we're teaching new students how to play a new instrument, because it connects the dots step by step to what they're learning. So with the additive practice, let's say they've never played a B flat before. Once I perfected their B flat, I can teach them with similar lip technique how to play a C by putting 1 and 3 down.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that connects to that and all that stuff. Next note is going to be an E flat, because B flat, C, D, E flat, which is the first valve on the instrument. Can you play me a B flat going up to an E flat? Beautiful. That was actually really good. That's really good. Okay, E flat. Now F is the first note that I taught you, which is open. Beautiful. Okay, let's play the B flat scale going up to F. Okay, that was amazing. Good job. And now as a student, a lot of people, when they're first learning, will have difficulties like getting the fingerings right. They'll go like, wait, what was this? Yada, yada, yada. Because it's a whole new concept for a lot of people going like open, 1 and 3, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which might be a little bit new to you because you're used to a slide.
It is. It's very weird.
Okay, yeah. So, so one thing to be conscious of is always thinking about hearing the note, because it's an audible instrument. You can hear the pitch in your head, and you can usually, with training, get that note out.
Yeah.
Is using the fingerings correctly. Okay, so I got you up to F. G is 1 and 2, just like fourth position. Fourth position is always going to be 1 and 2 on the euphonium. So I don't have perfect pitch. Let's build up to that G. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So when you start getting higher in the register, a lot of people's tones start to crack. They get split tones where they will start playing kind of in between pitches.
Yeah.
Especially when you get like above that F. It happens a lot in beginners. Oh, I'm blocking you. Oh no, I'm sorry. But when you get to higher notes and lower notes, the middle register is always the easiest register to teach. Now, when you get to the higher notes, a lot of people tend to split tones. And one way to help fix that is focusing on your embouchure. Now, you have an amazing embouchure, so, but one way to always think about it is keeping your lips moving with a steady buzz without your corners being too loose or too tight. It has to be comfortable. If you pinch and squeeze, your tone will be bad, and a lot of times will go sharp. And if you're too loose, it'll go flat, and the tone will be nasty. So I just taught you the G. Next comes the 7th scale degree, which is an A natural, which is just the middle finger. Now, B flat is open and just half step higher. Okay. We went through a B flat scale, which was amazing. Fingerings is new for you, but you got them all right without hesitation. Good job.
Thanks.
One other thing that we can look at is we can go to close to the beginning of this book. We have the Rubank book, which was one of her trombone books actually. So, but it works. We can go and, since you're more advanced, we can actually go to what you can pick. Do you want to play E flat major or C minor?
E flat major.
Okay, you want to play E flat major.
Yeah.
So, as we learned earlier, what is the fingering for E flat? 1.
1.
Okay, yes. So E flat major begins on 1. It's a little bit of a higher scale, so this one would put a lot of difficulty on some new students. Okay, so that was really good. So I'm going to pretend as if you did bad, and I'm going to try to get over some things that might be wrong with some new beginning students because...
I can, like, play it badly.
No, because I don't want... No, don't play it badly because you're good, and you know how to fix the problems. I'm just teaching.
Yeah.
Because you're a new student, and I'm teaching you.
Yeah, I've never played this. I don't know why I'm so good.
Well, you've never played it. You just played the trombone, so
Yeah.
kudos. Okay, so the E flat scale, one of the difficulties is finding that E flat. A lot of people, when they go for fingering that E flat, will either shoot it too high and play like A flat, or get this in between thing in between E flat and A flat. And I've mentioned how to fix splitting tones. It's by either A, you can listen to the note, like you can have a drone, or you can have someone play it on the piano. And a lot of times I'll help people because they get the visual of the note.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird saying visualizing notes, but it's, you know, you have the note in your head. And that really helps musicians a lot, especially learning students, if they can get that pitch matched in. Yeah. One thing that a lot of times goes wrong, which he didn't do wrong, is playing that D with a 1 and 2 fingering versus open. There's things called alternate fingering, kind of like how you have alternate slide positions.
Yeah.
But it's not as convenient to do alternate things because intonation on the baritone, because it's a valve instrument.
Yeah, not a slide.
It's not a slide, and a lot of times they go really flat, so you try to avoid them most of the time.
Okay.
Unless you're like a really advanced player, and then you can use them and keep them in tune. So, I'm not there yet. So that was a really good E flat scale. And is there anything that, like, from trombone, we can work on like long tones and like getting pitches out, keeping them out for a while, and seeing if your tone dies down. I can talk about how air support.
That's sure. That's
Okay.
fine.
Can we begin on like, let's begin just on a B flat, just a basic note. Okay, yeah, that was a nice whole note. So, did you feel your air was beginning to go away, or did you just stop?
I just stopped.
Okay, cool. A lot of students, when they're new to the instrument, will stop notes because they start losing air. Their tone starts to go away, and one way to help with that is having fuller breaths coming in. I know it sounds kind of stupid, but it helps if you get them to breathe fully in, because a lot of people just take a chest breath.
Yeah.
And secondly is by playing it a lot and just getting it through, building a tolerance to the instrument.
Yeah.
Saying you've been playing trombone for 6-7 years, you have that tolerance. Okay, so I have taught her the B flat scale. We went through the E flat scale, long tones, fingerings versus slides, and breath and how to breathe. My last thing that I'm going to talk about is articulation syllables.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep them to the basic ones, like do. Can you play me like a do on a B flat? Yeah, so when you tongue those notes, one way that we like to think about it is like having a water hose. And when you have the hose, your tongue is the interruption in between the water. Like you can visualize the hose shooting out. Your tongue gets in the way of the air, but doesn't stop it. And it keeps on going through. Can you, like, when you do a do articulation, can you think of that hose and your air being that water? That was beautiful. So we've now gone through tonguing, the B flat scale, the E flat scale. We've talked about breath and buzzing. I think we've had a really good lesson. And thank you, Emily, for letting me do this with you.
No problem.
Here you go, John. Thank you.